best in a really scrappy first rounder over Dennis Nielsen on Tuesday. 3 big titles last year alone. He'll be out to show his potential. Whitehead may feel he's got nothing to lose in this match. He's already improved on his debut from last year, and I'm sure the Kent Massive will have made the short journey round the M25 to give him all the support he needs this afternoon. Really
continue with the second round here at the home of World Darts, the Lakeside. We now introduce to the stage a BDO World Trophy quarter-finalist and England Open finalist. It's Conan, the Barbarian Whitehead!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
The reigning Swiss, Antwerp and French Open champion, the former World Cup singles champion, it's the Quiff, Jim Williams!
It's just another sober midweek disco here at Lakeside. Jim Williams and Conan Whitehead live on 4 after the break. About 5 yards from the pundit position to the commentary box, where he is alongside John Rawling.
Well, Paul is always very welcome. Jim Williams against Conan Whitehead. Williams, 33 years old, the older man by a year, seeded number 9 here, from Pristine in Powys. I'm told that's the correct pronunciation, just over the Wales-Herefordshire border. Conan Whitehead from Rainham in Kent, WDO ranked number 19.
First set, first leg, it's Conan to throw first, game on.
And he actually played pretty well, averaging nearly 92, having to cope with the histrionics of Cameron Menzies in the first round and keeping his nerve and playing pretty decently at times when I think he must have been very close to losing his rag.
Sometimes you just know what your opponent's going to do on stage, and every time you play against Cam Menzies, you know it's going to be a crazy, crazy outing. One thing I will say, John, about the fact that Williams is from just over the border in Wales, there's a lot of banter between people from the West Country and people who are just inside the Welsh border. I once heard some dart players from England saying to the Welsh guys, you could have been born in Bristol. Went on for days, that thing. So much banter. And that's what you get when you spend so many weeks in each other's pocket.
Well, he's very proud of his Welsh nationality, is Jim. Wasn't terribly proud of his performance in the last round when he beat Dennis Nielsen, and I think he knows that he's going to have to play rather better than that if he's going to prevail against Conan Whitehead. He's had 3 titles to his name this year, Jim Williams won the Swiss Open, where he beat Mark McGuinney. The Antwerp Open, where he beat Ross Montgomery. And the French Open, where he beat Danny Day.
Yeah, he beat Conan's best mate, who's been eliminated from this championship now.
150.
Very good darts from Jim Williams.
104 can be done. Treble 18 would leave double 16.
Doesn't like the lie, John.
No, he's not sure, is it? It's a bit of a blocker. Well, he went for it anyway, and you could see what happened. Deflected and kind of paid the price, didn't he?
Could have gone bullseye for double 18 or double 18 for bull. 2 open beds. Chose to try and power it through, and it's power that Jim needs for tops now. Missed a lot of doubles in the first round, but rectified this time very well. And a breaker throw to start the match. Very much like the last game, John, where we saw more bricks of throw than you usually see in a tournament, never mind a match.
Yeah, it wasn't the best advert, was it, that game? In various ways.
46.
Jim Williams had 13 doubles out of 55 prior to this match, which is not where he wants to be.
59.
Conan Whitehead threw well, didn't he, against Cameron? Kept his concentration somehow and posted a pretty handy average.
46.
Yeah, I think he'd be very pleased with that performance.
Good doubles as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
11 of 19.
That was the real standout statistic for a lot of people and for himself. And going forward, he can now draw on that experience of playing really well on the Lakeside stage for future challenges, like today.
100.
Doubles so important in this game. I was chatting to Mark Reynolds last night at close of play, and he was still almost in disbelief that he'd lost that match against Scott Waits. But again, it was Scott's big finishes in pressure situations that carried him home, and so often that's the key factor in games of darts.
100.
Well, that's what experience does for you as well. He's done it so many times on that stage that it just feels second nature to Scotty Too Hotty.
100.
Very good leg from Conan Whitehead. Great response to the break of throw in leg one.
Great setup.
Just trying to get himself back into this set without having any panic. That's what we haven't seen from Conan in this tournament. Just really composed.
So tops then for the equaliser. This time. Oh dear, that's a big miss. Where's that gone?
Junior require 110.
That had to be a slip. Maybe a little bit of perspiration on the fingers. 90 remain for Jim Williams. So Conan's going to have to come back, find a small odd number and a double to take this leg. Likelihood is it will be 7 for double 16.
Conan, you require 39.
Is going to be, you can tell by his eyes, he's going to the bottom left of the board.
20.
More misses, giving Williams chances that he didn't expect.
According to the bookies, this was just pretty much a pick and match. They couldn't really make up their mind who was the favourite. Double 16 for Williams for 2-0, double 8.
32.
Double problems again.
16.
Surely this time it's a great guide. And even though he didn't use the dart, it gave him a sighter, and it's 1-1 in the first set. 2 more breaks to throw to start a match. Maybe that's the flavour of the day. And what I've branded today as Ladies' Day, John. Being 4 quarterfinals for the ladies, I'm putting them at pole position.
I'm sure Conan would love that description. You can tell him that one later on.
Yeah, I'll tell him.
I know. I'll get your running boots on.
Yeah, absolutely.
90.
They can stay on the stage. I'll tell him from here. I'm about a good 30 yards away from him. I'd like it to stay that way.
92.
Handy on the 18s, isn't he, Conan? Likes that double as well.
Treble 18 is an easier switch for me from 20s as opposed to 19s. There's a lot of different thought processes out there, but Dennis Priestley back in 1991 when he won this championship He's the person who started people believing in 18s being the better switch.
Phil Taylor's always been a 19 man, hasn't he? I mean, he's cover shots par excellence. A number of times you look at the 180 stats and Taylor's not really got the numbers. Let's just watch this first. And there's the first one for Jim Williams. Taylor didn't really get the numbers because he was so often ramming maybe the second and third darts into treble 19.
Yeah, absolutely right. One thing we know about Jim Williams is that he does have the capabilities of hitting lots of 180s. And very recently too, performances at the Finder Masters about a month ago, real career performances, great statistics, but so many 180s he hit.
He got that amazing average against the man you admired, Gert de Vos, on his way to the final of that tournament. He averaged 110 when he beat in 5-1. 110, that's serious darts.
That's where you need to be if you want to win big events like this. Treble 18 now for Jim. Only just sneaks outside. So when Whitehead returns, he should guarantee himself at least one shot at the bullseye. 54. That's a good 54.
Best match average we've had here so far in the men's event from Glenn Durrant last night. Just short of 100. High 99s. Bullseye.
58.
Well, just like Conan Whitehead, 68 should be one guaranteed shot at a double. 16. He can hit that one if he wants on the left side. 52. Hit it on the right side.
Whitehead for the holder throw to go ahead. There's the 9, double 8 now. Nicely done. Motivated, charged up.
He was always going to be the barbarian, wasn't he, John? He wasn't going to be called anything else.
Doyle.
O'Brien.
Conan Doyle, you know. Sherlock.
Is it
Sherlock.
Arthur?
Yeah, well, yeah, it was Arthur Conan Doyle, I suppose, yeah. Elementary.
140.
I'll just call him Sir. He's a bit bigger than me, but ever so friendly.
Well, Sir certainly beats Lady, which was your previous offering.
59.
Yeah, just trying to get the ladies a little bit more prestige in this championship. The men get a lot of airtime, but the ladies deserve their day. We'll see more of them after these guys. We'll see Trina, Gulliver, MBE with Aileen de Graaf, but not until we know who's going round the board to face Glenn Durrant next. Another 180 from Jim.
That's his second. The Barbarians yet to find one. 202. Whitehead on a finish. He could do with another 140 here. Well, tons not too bad, but 121 very makeable.
That 5 will not help the situation. He cannot finish from there. And now Jim Williams is thinking, why didn't I get another 60? Needs a treble in this visit to give himself a shot at a double. He might stay there. He's going to move. Just shy of the treble 14, which would have left tops. But it's going to be tops for Conan for the set.
70.
2 out of 9 on doubles so far. Tops for the opening set. He's got it. He's got it. The big man from Raynham is ahead. And Jim Williams, who had a stuttering victory against Dennis Nielsen in the first round, he's not quite in a sticky situation yet, but it's certainly not the start he'd have wanted as Conan Whitehead leaves the stage 1 up. And a good first set in the bag for Conan Whitehead. The Barbarian scoring a wee bit more heavily. Checkouts when they needed and getting the early advantage. Jim Williams, as we said earlier, when he's on his game, he can throw some pretty sublime darts, but he's not produced them here at Frimley Green so far.
60.
Yeah, well said, John. It just hasn't been his week so far. He just scraped over the line against, in my opinion, a very, very dangerous opponent in Dennis Nielsen. And I think the Swede is still shaking his head now as to how he lost that match, but Jim's still here, and as long as you're still in the tournament, you've got a chance. He's got to start finding that first dart.
60.
He's gone out in the second round in the previous 2 years, Jim Williams.
140.
Conan Whitehead only in his second tournament. He went out in the first round last year. Jim's wife Natalie watching on, and his mum Jane, there they are. Natalie enjoying an early libation.
I love that word, libation. But you got a feeling that that is purely for nerves at this time of day. She is making, well, her husband is definitely making her feel a little bit nervous because he's not finding his primary first dart.
95.
He's having to search for scores, and Whitehead for me is just hitting that board with a bit more purpose.
It's a good handy last dart now. Williams 208. His throw under pressure. Whitehead poised on 94, and he'll fancy taking that one out, so Williams has got to put as much pressure on it as he possibly can. Oh, it's just the wrong side of the wire. Right, 94, what's he doing?
He's going to go for the treble 18. Aggressive darts from Conan. Double top.
54.
Hit the treble but couldn't convert. One treble is needed for this combo, and Williams will have a shot at a double.
116. Well, he's got to get a treble 19 now, and he's got it, so tops.
70.
Unlucky, just the wrong side of the wire.
Only require 40.
Both need tops, no hesitation from Conan to get to the oche. One dart left. Can't get it. Frustration.
He had the marker, didn't he? I think he's mega frustrated not to have put that one away. So Williams for the opening leg after all. Tops. And finds it. 2 out of 8 on the doubles. And holding his throw. Great response.
140.
You can see the upright angle of the dart of Jim Williams. And what that does, funnily enough, with the steep angle as the dart gets into the board, as the dart looks at the treble, it's a lot smaller than it looks at the eye level. But both guys actually throw at the same upright angle, so there's no real advantage or disadvantage there. Look at the dart climb down, and as it looks at the double from the upright angle, you're actually taking some of the width of the double away. But he gets it anyway. That's the main thing.
Good shot.
140.
Both lads.
97.
The darts following a fairly... almost lost my thread there looking at that. Following a fairly gentle arc. They're not players who really wang the darts at the board like some.
99.
Seen some real
170.
really hard throws in my time. We'll come back to that in a minute. Just thought Conan Whitehead was going to get a shot at that 170.
Yeah, we talk about those who are the quickest. Who do you reckon's the hardest? Who throws the hardest dart? I think Whitlock's got to be up there, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely up there for me. You wouldn't want to get in the way of a Dave Whitcomb dart back in the day. I think they're about 40 grams, those things.
135.
Right, 90.
90.
He went for treble 20. Another 20 would leave him bull, and that's double 5. That's how you see it, and he got it. Levels it up in the set.
Well, when you hit a checkout like that, you can see what it means to the player from their reaction. And after a few missed darts at double earlier in the match, that's the kind of thing that can settle you down and regain your confidence a little bit. Very, very good indeed from Conan Whitehead.
Not the way most players would go for it, but he got it. So who's to question?
Yeah, it's one of those situations, isn't it? You're on 90. I'm a big one for, if you don't get the treble 20 with the first dart for double 15, guarantee a shot at the ball with the 20, and I may sound like a broken record, I've said it for the last 5 days, but Conan's a very aggressive player. Backs himself, and then he hits the double 5 to exclamate the shot.
It was one which certainly showed that he's not short of confidence. And he's got a chance to seize control here.
He's a Kent man, isn't he?
Yes, he is. It's Rainham in Kent rather than Rainham in Essex.
That's why I asked you. Instead of put you on the spot there, John, sorry. As we see, Dieter speaking to all her friends about a victory earlier this afternoon, probably trying to explain what was going on with the miscount and things like that.
I was going to say they're having little mental arithmetic competitions up there.
Here comes Jim. That's more like it. Yeah, he's a Kent man. We have indeed seen Kent throwers in the championship before. Just want to say a shout out to Steve Douglas, the left-hander. Hope you're well, Steve, and your fellow Kent man's doing all right now.
138. Sharon Prince got this earlier on, but it's not going to happen this time.
58.
Only won 2-3-1. In my opinion, you need to go 19s here. Well, he's done it the other way around. That's beautiful counting from Conan Whitehead. He knows his maths. No mistakes there. Gives himself a chance just in case. Great ball management from the Kent man. Single 20 for Jim now. Shielded tops, can bend it around.
16.
Too many
The
darts in the way.
Stepped further left then. Whitehead 129, so treble 20 would leave the bullseye. Bull now for the break of throw.
104.
Good effort.
If he'd have hit that bullseye, I would have been praising him for months. Just on the board management and then the execution of a shot. With Jim Williams, a double 10, needs to get this for his own confidence. It's double 5 in this set again, but it's for the other player, and he doesn't get it.
988 Whitehead. Again for the break of throw. Yes. Double 8. Just composing himself. Good marker. Oh! Move the wire.
Junior require 5.
Had a lot of these in his last match, Jim Williams. Single 1. That's the hard bit out of the way. Double 2. Now he's got double 1. He's got to bypass that first dart somehow. And he can't.
Double 4 for the Barbarian. For 2-1. Oh! Off the barrel and double 18.
I hate to say it was too much bicep from Conan, but it was too many. Double 2 for Williams. He's back up for double 1. Second time in the madhouse. He was evicted the first time. This time he's got the key. Gets it, only just, and he's 2-1 in front in his second set.
Nice one, Jim. Conan will be seething to have missed a great opportunity to break through. You've got to put it all behind you. Can't afford to let it play on your mind when that happens, can you?
One of those things that,
easier said than done, I guess.
As a dart player, your ability to forget is a great asset to your game, because you go through so many swings in a match. Ups, downs, middles, frustrations, glory. Everything happens in the course of a match. That's why 75% of this game is between the ears.
It's good darts, looking for fourth maximum and gets it.
Have some of that. Aggressive darts from Conan, and he's trying to do exactly the same as what Jim's just done. Just shy though, but he's in front by 81 in this leg.
He's going to be on a finish. 121 when he comes back.
Needs a straight ton to leave a double. What a dart that is. Pure darting power. And a ton leaves him on a double. This is do or die for Williams, I feel.
121. Treble 20, first dart. Gets the single, so he needs treble 17 for the bullseye. He's got it. Bullseye! Great dart! Brilliant dart, and takes the set with it.
Just when you need a bit of brilliance to give you confidence, a real boost. How about that? It's about as big a celebration as you get from the mild-mannered Welshman. He's probably the most mild-mannered Welshman who's come into this complex out of all the fans and the dart players. The Welsh have taken over this place the last few days. And boy, does Jim Williams want to go into the quarters just like Wayne Warren did last night.
100.
Glenn Durrant, the defending champion, is the man awaiting the winner.
Not an easy thing to play your best mate on stage. My best mate on tour is a Welshman, and Mark Webster, and I despise playing against him. It's awful. But it could be them too. There's one big, cuddly Kent dart player in the way, and Conan the Barbarian Whitehead.
He's got a lot to say about this still. That's the look of a game which could go long, this one.
100.
Good darts from Conan. Again, good counting. Knew that a treble 18 there would leave a finish. And he's got a shot at emulating Daryl Fitton. And in Justin Van der Gouw, who hit a 170 in the World Youth Final earlier this afternoon. It's not going to be. He's still in control in this leg with another handy treble 18.
Conan, you require 76.
Treble 20 for Conan. Single 16. Did think about the single 20. It's tops now. Oh, that's beautifully done. And these guys are hitting each other back and forth. I'm with you, John. I think this might go deep.
He's got some guts, hasn't he?
100.
Been very impressed with the first start of Conan Whitehead today. And you can see the disappointment in his little reaction there. When you get the first start in and you walk away with 98, you've got every right to be slightly disappointed.
60. $95.
Trying to think off the top of my head of the Kent dart players that have played in the championship. I'm sure Andy Fordham represented Kent at some point. 2004 champion, of course.
Usually makes an appearance, doesn't he, Andy? I've not seen him here yet this week.
Not yet. Maybe he's saving himself for later in the week. If I remember rightly, there was a guy called Clive Barden as well who played here. I'm sure he was from that neck of the woods. Early in the set.
Bit of tension out there, isn't there?
There really is. You can feel it.
60.
And it's reflected with a slight flattening out of the scoring. Whitehead tries to kick on again. Good last start.
Yeah, 126 is a very inviting check out. Because you only need one treble 19 and a single to get a shot at the bull. What pressure is he going to be under? A little bit more now after that treble 20.
Well, you've heard Paul say how he needs to go for it, and he's got a 7, so that's mucked that one up. So it'll be advantage Jim Williams.
All three darts that Conan threw there, they all seem to flop at the end. Maybe not enough power in the arm in that visit, but 81 for Jim. 62. Single 12. Went for the treble. He's got the single for the bull. And he can't hit it this time.
So Whitehead for the break of throw for 2-0. A lot of shouts of, come on, Conan. Tops. He's not got the best of lies with that second dart.
16.
And he can't convert.
Senior required 25.
Chance for Williams. 9 and double 8. Got to start hitting these crisply. Double 4. An adjustment on the Oki.
17.
Can't convert, and Whitehead gets another chance.
20.
16 missed doubles already, Jim Williams. Double 5. His disappointment self-evident.
Very much so, and this game has got the same ring to it as the Nielsen first round match with Williams. It really does. So many missed doubles. Double 2. To the right or the left? To the right, and it's good. You might not have seen the best darts in that leg, but the last one of the leg was pretty good. As you can see there, you can barely see it. Doesn't even flick the flight. Brilliant shot.
And the upshot is that it's 1-1. Whitehead and Williams also level in sets, 1 apiece. Absolutely nothing between them. Best of 7, remember. First of 4 sets at this stage to take a place in the next round against the champion Glenn Durrant.
I was saying yesterday, John, about the fact that these guys play short format darts most of the year, and they won't have that much experience of playing best of 7 sets, especially in a stage atmosphere, so this is very foreign to them. Jim Williams talking in an interview saying that this is their only shot window the whole year, and they've got to compress all of their brilliance into 1 week, and if they can't, they're going home very early.
Great darts. First maximum for Whitehead. Williams has got 4. And putting him into a strong position with 1-2-1 remaining. Good response though coming in from Williams. He could do with it. Oh, he needed another treble 20 there. Now 121.
Doesn't have to go any silly ways. Not going to go for the treble 17, but now a treble 19 will leave double 12. Perfectly set up, and I've got to say it, the setup play of Conan has really impressed me today. He's going for all the right shots, giving himself maximum chances. If he continues to do that, he's going to always put pressure on the Williams throw.
Well, he's poised now, isn't he? Double 12 now for Conan Whitehead to hold his throw and get his nose ahead once more. And he does it, no problem there. And he's looking at it as much as to say, how come I've missed so many? He's now got 6 out of 27. And he's usually pretty handy on his doubles.
If that's the case, Conan, just keep leaving double 12. From a psychological perspective, it's not a bad tactic. I think Conan might have thrown those 3 darts rather hard, because it took him a little bit of time to get them at the board. See 2 players in this match who've both got smooth points. A lot of guys in the draw, like Danny Noppert, got very rough points, a lot of grooves and grip on there. And when they pull their darts out of the board, it shreds it. But they need that grip on their fingers. These 2 guys, however, very smooth points, hence why the board's still in pretty good shape.
So Whitehead on 320. That's the 20 he's hitting. And a treble 18 to finish it off with.
You can see the lovely angle of entry for both of those guys. I think Jim's is just a little bit more upright. That's a great ton. 2 blocker darts, and he manages to get it by anyway.
That's advantage Williams now. He's going to have first dip. 146 required. Looking at the treble 20 for starters. 126 now, so obviously no checkout. Dear, he didn't need that. That's not helped.
45.
He may have just handed the advantage back to Whitehead in this set. Double top for double top. Double top for an absolute perler. Oh! Blockbuster darts from Conan, the Barbarian. Take a bow, young man. That was rather special.
Brilliant performance. And he now has the set advantage. He leaves the stage 2-1 up. And that was absolute Hollywood stuff.
Against the #1 seed, Glenn Durrant. Let's rejoin your commentators.
Well, there have been moments of brilliance. Whitehead, certainly early stages of each leg, has been scoring the more heavily. Very little between them in terms of checkouts. And Whitehead just with his nose ahead. 2-1. Best leg tally of darts so far is 13, so they've not really been hitting the mega numbers, but it's got the look of a match which is going to be tight right the way.
Yeah, grueling so far. But so far we've had a couple of really good finishes. The 1-2-1 from Jim Williams was brilliant, but the 1-3-4 to end that last set was nothing short of brilliant.
I always like to see that checkout. Tops. I mean, it's when you look at it, it looks flash, but it's actually a logic, isn't it? Because it's the double is the bigger target.
Yeah, absolutely right. Remember, it was about 10 years ago when I first saw that finish. Gary Anderson hit it in the Grand Slam of Darts. I think you were there, John.
It was, yeah.
Semi-final, or was it the quarter-final? He goes treble 18, tops, and neither tops was touching each other. It was one to the right, one to the left. It was one of the most picture-perfect finishes you've ever witnessed. Since then, a lot more players have started to do it, and Conan's done it in this match to great effect to give him that third set.
Jim Williams has not come back from the break, scoring heavily, 9 darts to 280, and his throw's going to be under pressure after this.
99.
People out there biting their fingernails, and I don't blame them. I've bitten mine so much this week, I'm biting my fingers now. So many close matches. And we're only just past halfway. Still got 4 days to go.
As Rob said earlier, the business end of the tournament.
86.
Looking for another treble 18 there. Wasn't to be, but 156. Well, in theory, he can do it. He's got a best checkout so far, that 134, which we were talking about.
Well, Killian Heffernan did it earlier, didn't he?
How much did he need that last treble 20 there? 156 can't be done. So Williams is going to come back looking for Shanghai.
77. Junior require 120.
He'd probably let you get the 20 first. That's fine. Still get the treble. There it is. To the right or left?
80.
Went to the right and it was only just over the top. That was a very good effort. Might be punished for it.
Break of throw beckons.
No score.
Well, he didn't want that, did he? Dear me. He wanted the single 20 to give him tops.
And soft tip darts, that's the leg to Conan Whitehead, but this is steel tip. Double top. 2 darts left. He's going to need the third dart and a big adjustment. And he can adjust. Just trying to buoy himself up, and he needed that one.
Yeah, a little jig of joy as he went to pick out the darts there.
Yeah, we haven't seen the Glenn Durrant shuffle this year yet. I think he might be saving it. That was about as close as we've seen, but it's from his best mate. Earlier we were talking about Kent dart players. I was getting a few texts in the break from
81.
Here comes the jig. I like it, Jim. Yeah, I got a few texts in the break. One from Andy Jenkins, who's played on this stage.
That's his 4th maximum. Second maximum, I beg your pardon. Jim Williams has got 4. Sorry, you were saying about Andy.
Andy said that Shane Burgess,
83.
great player, who's played on the Lakeside stage back in the 90s. He played for Kent. Matt Clark of Kent, hence his name, Superman.
98.
And of course, a man we've already mentioned, Dave Whitcomb, who throws one heavy dart. He was a 2-time finalist back in the mid-80s. Great player, Dave Whitcomb.
Now 128 for Conan Whitehead to hold his throw. Not this time, but Williams not on a finish. Good darts.
Do you get the feeling that the advantage of throw may be very, very key in this game? It's with throw in the sets. It's with throw in the legs in this set.
140.
Tight old match, really is. Double 16 for Whitehead. And the Barbarian slots it home. Even Stevens once more.
Didn't waste any time getting to the hockey, did he, John?
Absolutely not.
He was there before the cameraman.
Oh yes, fifth maximum. There's the jig once more.
If it keeps working, Jim, just keep doing it. Here comes Conan.
140.
Filling it up. Plenty of space. Come on.
140.
Good effort.
We were starting to dream there, weren't we, John?
Always.
92.
This is a better leg. This is with the throw. Jim Williams is doing a lot right.
$130.
Fabulous bullseye. Whitehead well back, so Williams coming here to try and close out 51. He's got options. He's going 19 double 16. Double 16 for 2-1. Nicely done. I like it.
These guys are starting to sharpen up a bit after that second break. They both understand the enormity of this set. We may see it in almost every match when someone's 2-1 up. The difference between 2-2 and 3-1 down is enormous.
140.
Race to 4 sets, remember. Great dance, his third maximum.
This is a big leg where both players are hammering that 60.
100.
See the lovely gather of the darts with that upright angle. Heavy scorer, Conan, when he's on fire.
43.
The flame just flickered slightly there, and he's not on a finish. And Jim most definitely is. $121. There's going to be no safety first here. He's got to go for this.
He's already hit in the match. Good memories of this finish. What he would give for another one. 11. Bull. Set dart. Good line. Just a little bit too much length.
Whitehead with 78. 20 would leave tops. It's a bit high. Tops though.
58.
This one's got 2-2 written all over it. It will be 2-2 either way. Double 8 now for the set. That looks awkward to me. That's very good though, and a little bit more emotion from the Welshman. It's 2-2 in sets, just like we thought it would be. I think we're going all the way.
Well, we've said it repeatedly, haven't we? And it's everything there to give himself the angle. That is a great dart, because that first one, with the way in which his darts enter the board, you could see very clearly there that that was a bit of a blocker, and he'd had to go really wide in order to give himself the angle.
55.
Yeah, two choices. One, go to the right and try and use the dart as a guide, or go to the left and go over the top. By going to the right, he's decreasing the width of that segment by about 25% because of the angle. That just goes to show how good a dart that was. That was worthy of winning any set.
2-2 now.
150.
Who's your money on now? I bet with the betting exchanges it to be absolutely a pick and match still, which it was before it began.
Totally agree. This has got to be even for both guys.
54.
You can see set to set, Whitehead was much better in that third set, and then the total reversal in set 4. But 97 in that fourth set is very, very good from Jim Williams.
140.
Good darts there, 166, no check out, but he's well ahead.
You think in that break he put some springs in his shoes, because he's skipping a lot up there now, John.
57.
Like a Welsh lamb. 166. Good dart.
$98.
Used to be a darts player, his nickname was Lamb Chop, wasn't it?
Richie Davies,
What
finalist.
happened to him? Is he still playing?
Unfortunately, as Conan hits a 180. We'll come back to that in a second. That's a very valid topic, with 68 coming in for the Quiff. 63, got to be 13 bull.
43.
Whitehead 18 to hold his throw. 99. 144 now. This is a pressure dart. And it's a great dart. That is a really important double. May only have scored him 8, but in the context of the game, that was crucial.
It was indeed. Every double now is very crucial, especially when you're on the one throwing first.
Lamb Chop.
Lamb Chop, Richie Davies. Very much the best player in Wales at the time, back in the mid-2000s. Made the final here, was beaten by
60.
the great Raymond van Barneveld. But unfortunately, Richie was so clever with computers, I think it was, that he decided that he wanted to work with them instead of throwing the tungsten. Such a shame for the game, because Richie was a sensational talent.
On with the present, where Whitehead has the lead, and it's another tight leg which is unfolding.
Get the feeling that Jim Williams has found his range a bit more in this match. Sometimes when you're embroiled in these kind of contests, you just let your instinct override everything.
We're in the fifth set. Those were the averages for the previous set, the fourth, which just momentarily came up, and you see there that Jim Williams averaging close to the ton, and the better part of 10 ahead of Whitehead.
92.
This is massive for Jim Williams. Is he going for the 60? Might stay there. Can't get a treble. So Whitehead has a huge chance to break the throw and be one leg away from this set. 65. Probably looking at the 25.
Well, he's got options, hasn't he? 25, you would think. I think he's going that way. Well, he's got the centre bull. So, well, 7-4 or 3-6, 7-4.
61.
It was kind to him last leg, not so much this time. But that's the risk when you go for bullseye or 25. Double 16 for Williams isn't a problem. And the emotion's starting to ramp up in this one. This is very juicy, this game. Do not take your eyes off it.
Absolute nip and tuck.
100.
And that's a great way to start the leg for the Barbarian. Needed to get a little bit more spice, didn't it? Needed to start hitting the big numbers, and they've started to do that since the last little break. And again, maximum number 6.
Back comes Conan.
140.
Great response. That's 4. And that's where it remains. Great last dart there, hadn't he? Squeezed that in there.
I've got no idea. Especially after that one ricocheted off the other dart. But what a leg from Conan. Oh, yes! We did say the standard was about to lift.
9 darts and he's on 41. Wonderful from Conan. Now, can he put it away? He's under pressure. He's probably going to have to.
Double 16 for 11 dart leg. Best leg of the match. At a crucial time to hold your throw, and he needed to do that because William was lurking on 100.
Best leg of the match equals the best leg of the tournament. There's been a fair few who've had 11 darters, but there's another one.
58.
You've seen some amazing darts today in the youth final with Killian Heffernan and Justin Van Tajau. This is dramatic in a completely different manner. Both guys just belting each other on that treble 20, especially in this set. This is tense.
60.
Well, it's a mini opportunity. The door is ajar for Conan. Needs to kick it down, and he needed that treble and got it.
Wouldn't surprise me if Whitehead went 19s first on the next visit to try and leave a finish. He needs to be under pressure.
97.
And that just keeps him in the leg, Williams.
Well, let's see if he does. He stays up at the top. How about this? Coming down now. Brilliant visit.
39.
Brilliant. And you see the result, a 170 opportunity.
He went the other way around, but here comes Jim Williams. Oh, perfectly timed. This 170 might have to go.
Well, it's not done, so 106 for Williams. This to make it 2 apiece, and he's turned this leg around. He's the favourite now. Treble 18's what he wants. Not to be, so now he has to hope that Whitehead misses 114.
114.
Is he going to stay there or treble 18? He'd be disappointed that he hasn't got rid of 170 in 6 darts.
48, 16s, or 8. Tops. Big moment. And great dart. 2-2. A nod of appreciation from Conan.
That's twice now where he's missed double top by a massive margin and been able to make that adjustment. Very, very good darts. Perfect line. Dips into the double 20.
Wasn't exactly a guide, was it, till it's about an inch away?
You know what you say to yourself, John, when you're playing and you hit that and you think, oh, that's a good guide. If you say it to yourself, you just have a little laugh and it relaxes you a little bit. There's no laughing going on right now. This game is going into overdrive.
140.
Another great visit, and the checkouts were pretty awful earlier on. They're improving now, and also absolutely level. Whitehead just has the advantage in terms of match averages, just shy of 92 as against 88. But you can see from the scoreboard, 2 apiece, 2 legs apiece, how important this leg is now. Who's going to take the 3-2 advantage?
Both guys started this leg very, very well, but have both had a very edgy visit. This 5th set has been the best of the contest and the most even one, in my opinion.
60.
Williams has really picked up his standard over the last couple of legs, hasn't he? After a fairly dismal 3rd.
58.
And, well, a big hit here. If he gets 140, Williams might be favourite. 126 is not a bad checkout, but 140 will make it look mighty tough. 180 would make it look even harder. How about that? What about that? What a time to get your 8th maximum.
Needs a treble 19, Conan. Hasn't got it. And because of that 180, that perfect time to hit that 180 as well.
56.
Here he comes to break Conan Whitehead for this 5th set.
Well, he set it up superbly. Can he convert it? He can! Oh, yes, he can. And he takes the set. And Jim Williams now is ahead.
Great set of darts. Thoroughly watchable. Engaging stuff. Not a good first start. Great adjustment. Just like the previous leg on double top. And he's got the lead. And he's broken the set of Whitehead. Perfect chance for Williams to shoot forward and play his best mate in the quarters. 1 set for him, 2 needed for Whitehead.
a committed and partisan crowd here. As ever, pretty respectful at the lakeside, but when they react, they really do react, and they're being given plenty to cheer.
Good game, John.
Absolutely. And I still think it could go all the way.
96.
I wouldn't be at all surprised to see it go to the decider. Williams with the darts, he's got a nominal advantage, but the way the game's been twisting and turning, Williams has come on strong in the last 2 or 3 sets, last couple of sets, but Whitehead is certainly not a spent force yet.
Not at all. Never gives up.
60.
Little show of frustration there, though. He's got to use that frustration, channel it, use it to throw it into the 60, just like Jim Williams is doing right now. And those 180s that we promised earlier on, they're flowing for the Welshman.
9 180s in the match for Jim Williams, and it's left him on a finish, and now needs 100 to hold his throw and go a leg up in this 6th set. Just another 20 to leave tops.
60.
So just another 20.
He was just worried about the angle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if he hit the first start, or even the second one, he could well have bust his score.
123.
So tops
Jim require 40.
for 1-0.
Can't get it. Now, because he's left 130, this is very, very, very doable. Bullseye. Oh, just to the east of the bull.
Jim require 40.
Only got 3 out of 14 on double top. Make that 15, 16. And still he waits. Oh dear, the break now would hurt.
Can he? One dart in hand. Gets it, and he knew it was in before he even threw it. Oh, you love those darts as players. You know it's in as soon as it leaves your fingers. Brilliant, brilliant. Sticking in qualities from Conan. Takes advantage of the mistakes from the Welshman.
Whoever loses this is going to be hurting afterwards, but they will have contributed to a real dramatic match. And still a way to go. It's advantage Whitehead, but after that tremendous adrenaline rush, it was a poor first visit, enabling Williams to move into a good position from which he might be able to force an immediate break back.
From this position, you've got to fancy Conan to win this set and take us all the way. But then again, things can change in a very short space of time. We thought Williams had that leg sewn up, but clearly he didn't.
Barbarian on the stage, there's a few in the audience as well. Get the odd one in the commentary box.
83.
Wonder if there are real teeth.
You'd rather hope not. It's not a great advert for dentistry, is it?
She actually looks like the dentist I had as a kid.
That's a goodie. That'd make you clean your teeth, wouldn't it? You wouldn't want to see him too often, or her.
No, I'm genuinely talking the truth. My dentist had purple teeth as a kid. Plenty quiffs in the crowd. None as good as Jim Williams. Here he comes again. He'd love a 180, leave tops. And he's going to get more practice at tops because he's guaranteed a return to the hockey to break straight back.
He is thundering in those maximums.
94.
So tops now for the immediate breakout, break back. See if he can do it. And that is exactly what he needed. One apiece. So advantage Williams once more now.
Good mental strength from the Welshman. Missed double top so many times in the last leg. And in true dart player stubborn nature, leaves it again, goes back and hits it first time and said, I own you, double top, you don't own me.
Can serve it out now for the match.
81.
It all goes with throw from here. Williams wins this set and wins the match 4-2. A sizable if.
60.
I was talking to Jim Williams earlier in the week, you know, John, about he should get some of the fans to wear quiff wigs. A bit like the Peter Snakebite right Mohicans. Whitehead's not finished yet.
Far from it.
And Jim said, I'm not sure they would catch on. And I said, these are the kind of things you've got to do to get fans, mate. I think by the end of the conversation, he was quite keen. But he's keen to get rid of this leg with a 1-6-1 finish, and he's going to need it.
Oh, another one, back-to-back. Left himself on a very makeable 60, Whitehead, for the break of throw. But this is on, treble 17. Oh, he needed that for the bullseye. So Whitehead now for the break of throw. 60.
Here we go for another break of throw. Yes, no problem. This set is just as good as the last one. It's one of those games, the standard is so good and so respectful on stage, you don't want it to end.
The lads are enjoying it, aren't they? Very much so. You can see it written on the face of Jim Williams, one of the real nice guys of the sport. He really appreciated what Conan produced. That is a quality dart.
Sometimes you just play a mate up there and you say to him, let's go and have a right old tear up. And he's had another one, 11th of the match. Talk about power scoring. They're both hitting it. It's the size of a barn door.
It is a proper board up there, I promise you. It's normal sizes. Williams gets his fourth. How the crowd were just willing him to get another maximum there.
Tantalising.
Pantomime boos.
They're dragging each other up this hill of class darts. This is great to watch. Heavy scoring. Chances aplenty. Great adjustment from Williams. Back into the 60.
81.
Well, 140. It's going to give him a squeak of a break, but Whitehead will be the favourite after this.
130.
Quality darts, so 140 for the break of throw.
Just next door to what he wanted. Can only pressure it now, and that's fine. Good thinking from Jim Williams.
Conan gets this. We're into the decider. 16 and tops. Tops now. Crowd thought it was in. Oh, that's so close. Agonising.
Well, the marker dart was about 2 millimetres too high. Close, but not close enough. 73 left. Conan's coming back for the set.
He can't believe that's not in, can he? He's still annoyed now. Right, tops for Whitehead. This to go to 3 apiece and the deciding set. I heard something in the crowd which amused him. Double 10. Double 5. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
54.
Jim Williams did not expect this chance. And he's only going to get one shot at a double. Go for the 3. You missed the 3. Where's he gone?
30.
Double 16 he had left. I'm so surprised he didn't go for the 3. 3 odd numbers at the bottom of the board. But this time it's Whitehead for double 10. Double 5, sorry. It's all getting too exciting. Double 2. Yeah! We're going all the way!
He got it. His nerve held. It is a cracking game of darts, this one. Who's your money on now? The 2 players up there, they are loving it. And they leave the stage with the match absolutely locked. 3 apiece. Phew. Goodness me. Great drama.
Brilliant drama live here on Channel 4. Don't take your eyes off this decider for 1 single second. Let's rejoin your commentators.
It always stacked up to be a close match, this one, and it is going all the way And I wonder whether we might even see it going to a sudden death decider. Look at that great show of respect between two lads who get on very well, and it has been terrific entertainment. So big Conan Whitehead has the darts. Who's it to be? Where's your money?
Well, in this set, someone's got to be broken. Tie-break rules apply. Win by 2 clear. If it's 5-5, you go to one-leg shootout. Which
indeed we had with the very first match here at Lakeside in 2018. Wolfie against Mark McGeaney. Mark still in the competition, looked good yesterday.
Seems like a long time ago. Had a lot of darts since then. And the standard is getting better as the week goes on. All of the first round nerves are out the window.
140.
Jim Williams, believe me, is definitely playing better today than he was the other day.
Oh, vastly.
92.
I've had more texts and tweets in the break about Kent players. Pip Blackwell, who was here last year. Ross Smith, who's made the quarterfinals here before.
123.
Tony Brown. And of course the massive loony that is Kirk Shepherd.
PDC finalist. The terror of Ramsgate.
Very much so. Here comes Jim Williams again, looking for his 12th 180. He'll have to wait.
117 for hold of throw. 17 for tops. Tops now. Oh, well played, Conan. Well played indeed. Jim must have thought he got him there, but not to be.
I wonder what that hand signal meant. It looked like timeout, but that's something we don't want right now. You've just had one.
Maybe it was T for tops.
Maybe. Great, great finish from Conan Whitehead to hold his throw.
85.
There he goes. It's got to be T for tops.
Good darts. Whitehead looking for his 9th maximum and getting it. 20 in the match to date and counting.
It's what you call a proper game of darts. When you see that many 180s. He's got the ability to score so heavily when he gets that first dart in, Conan Whitehead. And he's battering that shovel again.
161 can be done. Not now. So Conan Whitehead, who's had a 134, now goes looking for 136.
Conventionally, it's 2 treble 20s, and that is perfect. Just died at the end. He looked to sneak it underneath.
Treble 20, double 18 for Jim Williams. Oh, just the wrong way. Treble 20 now for double 8. Not to be, so big opportunity for Whitehead to break the throw.
Advantage, Conan. 2 10s. That is slightly awkward. That's too many.
Just the wrong side of the wire, the wrong bed. Williams gets out of jail, maybe. Double top. Double 10. Oh my goodness, the pressure, the pressure. He's feeling it, Conan's feeling it.
Last set nerves. Double 10 again. Gets it this time, and he's 1 leg away. Jim Williams is at the brink. He's got to keep swinging, otherwise he's going to be out.
Conan Whitehead only needs to hold his throw now, and he is through to play Glenn Durrant in the next round. Jim Williams, Glenn's big mate. Maybe he'd be a little bit happier facing Conan Whitehead for the same sort of reasons that you identified earlier, Paul. Not easy to play somebody who you get on with really well socially at times. This is good from Whitehead. Yes! Maximum number 10.
Yeah, I secretly agree that Durrant probably wants to play Conan Whitehead.
140.
This could be all over in about a minute and a half. And Conan Whitehead realises right now that he's made a mistake with his counting.
Nobody's celebrating for Conan more than her. We asked if she was family. She said no, but I'd like to be.
I think we'll have to go and get some clarification on that one.
I don't think you need clarification, you know what she's saying. 162 for Whitehead, no check out, but he can make big inroads.
105.
Williams wants 161.
This has got to go. Treble 17 for the ball to save his skin. Oh! How about that? Everybody in Wales and everybody here is on their feet. That is worthy of winning any leg in world darts. Full respect from us in the commentary box and from his opponent.
What an epic checkout. And now Williams with the darts. What a checkout that was. Goodness me.
To be able to do that when your tournament life is on the line takes a special kind of nerve.
Nerve, talent, desire. He's not always the most demonstrative man, but my goodness, he was there, and deservedly and rightly so.
Absolutely.
100.
Not worthy of the highest checkout, though. It's already been hit twice. But it was just to save his skin. Whitehead has still got the opportunity in this match of finishing it in this leg.
Remember, they have to win by 2 clear legs in the final deciding set.
80.
Well thrown, mate. Little pat that said it all.
Can't do a 164 on top, can he? He's going to go for it. Oh, that would have been unbelievable. That would have been Bob Anderson-esque.
Would have blown the roof off this place if that had gone in. Well, that's not too shabby either, is it? Well, I think he might have to get this.
Got to keep your focus, Jim, for double 8 to take us to a tiebreaker. It's double 4. Whitehead is lurking on 93 for the match now. This is how tight last sets get.
This is for the match. 93 required. Natalie, Jim's wife, peeping through her fingers. That's a good dart. Bullseye now, and he's got a marker. Oh, not to be.
If he could have walked up to the 25 and put in a marker, he would have put it in the exact same spot, but he couldn't hit the bull. Double 4 for Williams to stay in the match. He can't do it. They can't believe it. And Whitehead has got a very seemingly easy checkout to put the full stop on this brilliant match.
Conan's heart must be going 19 to the dozen. Double 16 for the match. He's had 2 from 5 on this double and tries to breathe deeply and steady himself. No, he's not got it. It's not there.
Just when you think this match couldn't get any more tense, they crank up the tension just another notch. Double 2. Not an easy double down the bottom of the board. But he's got it. It's 2-2. Set 6 has been and gone. We're in set 7. And this is different to every other set. As Nick Rolls explains, this has got to be won by 2 clear legs. All the way, we said, John?
Well, all the way it is, and if it goes to 5-all, then we have sudden death. Who'd bet against it? What a dramatic game of darts we've had here at Lakeside. Good start from Whitehead. He's got to put behind him those match darts which he missed. He's got to forget about that. You can't change what's happened. And look at Williams's average, way better than Whitehead's in the 6th set. Now in the decisive 7th, it's all about nerves.
It's all about the practice that you've done is in the past. It's all about what you can hold together now. It's the old Terminatorism. No fate but what we make for ourselves, and your fate is in your own hands.
Good dart. Tremendous last dart.
Absolutely. Just goes further south of 170. Pressure's on Jim Williams, but maybe he's seeing that this leg is gone. Treble 15. The double top for a great check out.
Williams way back. Double 10 when he returns. It's 15-14 in legs in Whitehead's favour, so it really is every bit as tight as it looks and as tight as we thought it would be. Double 5, he's gone 2 double 4. Ooh, and wires it.
Can't afford to keep missing doubles, even when you're that far ahead. It doesn't do anything for your confidence, because when you really need them. Treble 18, maximum pressure is on this double 4 now.
Fabulous visit from Williams, and he's blown it, and he angrily hurls the darts away. Furious at that, double 16, and takes it. Break of throw. As soon as he threw it, Whitehead knew that so far as that was concerned, he'd pretty much blown it, and Williams stepped in and punished him, Paul.
All about that 174 pressure. It changed the entire complexity of the leg. Whitehead miles ahead, just waiting to hit it, and as soon as the pressure was applied, it turned out to be a little bit too much for the Kent man, and ruthlessly Williams takes out double 16, and he's now thrown for the match.
140.
What a game. What a game.
What a sport. We love darts, and this is why.
59.
Wherever you're watching this, I hope you're enjoying it as much as we are. Epic piece of sporting drama we've been enjoying.
92.
And can Whitehead find a way to hit back? He has to, otherwise it's all over.
60.
That's not what Jim Williams wanted. Here comes Whitehead to strike right back, and he's going to go downstairs. 170 left again. Williams can see the finishing line, and in this leg he's stuttered a little bit, but what he'd give for a max here.
140.
Good effort. Well, 170. It can be done. It can still be done. Ball! No, not to me.
Well, everything else in this match, I expected that to be hit. All of a sudden, this is for the match. Another one for double 11. He went for it. It was the right shot, but too much juice on the dart.
34, will he go 2 double 16? Could well do. Or is he going to go straight at it? No, he goes 2 double 16. This has got to go. Absolutely imperative. No. And has his chance gone there?
Junior require 52.
What will he do? Single 20. Double 16's been good to him in the last leg. Double 8 for the match. An absolute thriller for both the Englishman and the Welshman. The respect of the whole game is seen right there. What a standard of play. 21 180s.
massive finishes, and 161 checkout in that match that I will always remember, which saved his skin, and he had enough to get it done, John.
What a game indeed. They don't, in terms of drama, come very much better, and those two guys will remember it for an awful long time. Great performance. Williams winning 4-3. You didn't want it to end.
Surely that was one of the best second-round matches we have ever seen on the Lakeside stage. They both deserve to win, but it's Williams who's done it, and he's never ever made a World Championship quarter-final before. What a match live on 4.